That movie sucked.
I kind of liked it.
Movie Night Crew Network.
That's when I knew, even before she said it. The girl's blue eyes stared into mine, and I understood what the Golden Fleece quest had been about. The poisoning of the tree, everything. Kronos had done it to bring another chess piece into play. Another chance to control the prophecy. Even Chiron, Annabeth, and Grover, who should have been celebrating this moment, were too shocked, thinking about what it might mean for the future. And I was holding someone who was destined to be my best friend, or possibly my worst enemy. Welcome to Of the Eldest Gods, where we discuss Rick Riordan's role as our godly parent.
I'm Taylor from Cabin 6.
And I'm Charlie from Cabin 13. And this week, we're on the CW, where no one really dies, and Thalia is now a real girl again.
Fucking CW.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I will tell you, I don't watch many CW shows, so...
I mean, like, I think it's just a trope in, like, regular TV now, but, like, especially... But, like, I watch a lot of CW, and, like, nobody dies. Like, they die constantly, but then they come back.
Yeah.
I don't even watch Supernatural, but I know that's especially a Supernatural thing.
Okay. It is the last episode of the book, Sea of Monsters. Next week, we are covering the movie Sea of Monsters. Joe is going to prove that he actually exists and is not just a figment of my imagination. It's very exciting.
I have heard his voice before, so I think I saw his face, like, from afar once.
I will say Zach and Alex have both met him. He does exist. I promise.
You know what? Zach and Alex could be lying, though.
That's fair. This week, however, for our very last episode of the book, is a true goddess. She really shouldn't be a child of the gods. She truly is a goddess herself. Leela from Cabin 7.
Hello, listeners. Thank you so much for having me.
If you can't tell, I love Leela a lot. And we happen to have birthdays that are like a day apart, and it gives me joy.
Pisces queens.
Because I hate my own birthday, but I love other people's birthdays. So maybe it'll make me like my birthday this year because they're so close.
There you go. You can have my birthday.
We'll use that.
Yeah.
So can you tell the listeners what your pronouns are? Your role on the Movie Night Crew Network. People have definitely heard your voice before in restricted section, but also Movie Night Crew, which I feel like more people need to check out because it's awesome. And your history with Percy Jackson, which I know is short, but we still want to hear it.
Hell yeah. So you can catch my dulcet tones most Sundays on the Movie Night Crew, which is our network's namesake. And it's just a bunch of friends. Mostly everybody's on restricted section a lot. Just like get together every Sunday night, watch a particular movie. Sometimes it's just a random movie. And then immediately after give like our reaction. And it's very chaotic. We have one room mic. And we have finally this season limited it to only 4 people per episode, 5 only if it's Sean. So
yeah, Sean can always be there because he just comes in with like one line an episode and it's always on point.
Yeah, he's not like trying to like hog the mic like the rest of us and like, you know, talking over anyone else like all the rest of us. Anyway, I'm selling it short. It's actually a really good time. Jason, my husband, is the producer and he puts a lot of work into it, adding like a lot of funny like sound effect jokes and references. And actually, he and I wrote and performed the theme song, which you'll hear at the beginning of each episode. So you should definitely check it out. Last week's episode was Jojo Rabbit, which is an excellent movie by Taika Waititi.
Watiti. You were right. Taika Waititi.
Yep.
It's like, am I saying it right? Because there's so many eyes.
There's a lot of eyes, but that's okay. You know, I have like one too many eyes in my name too, some people have said, and it's just only one eye. But I use she, her pronouns, and I actually just recently started reading Percy Jackson. I literally just last night, like fighting the clock with heavy eyelids, made it to the very, very end, and I got through it, and I retained the information, and so it is quite fresh. But yeah, so I've quite enjoyed it. It's I believe the series came out. I'm a bit older than you twos, so I think this series came out when I was in high school, maybe. So I felt like maybe I might have just been a little too old for it, because I liked this type of book, but I just, for some reason, this one missed me.
It came out for us like middle school, so
yeah, and that's the intended age, I think. So it was. Yeah, I think I would have had a different experience if I had read it then. I think it would have been like maybe a little bit more formative for me, like I'm sure it's been for you guys.
Yeah. I read the books when I was 12, so
yeah, but without having all that type of nostalgia, it's different. You know, it's a different kind of lens. I'm like definitely not its intended audience, so it doesn't really hit me the right way all the time. I will say I liked Sea of Monsters a lot better than I liked The Lightning Thief. So I don't know. We can get into that more. What was the other thing you asked me to say?
I think that was
it. Yeah, I think that was it.
Okay, great. Nailed it.
Yeah, you said pronouns. Yeah.
You hit it. Awesome.
You did it. You done diddly did it.
Sweet.
I don't know. I often forget how our show works, so like, it's fine. It's fine. This is why we have a document.
It's fun when I have to do it without you, which I've done twice now, and I had to do last time. So then everything just goes off the rails because I'm like, what is happening here? Taylor's usually going to keep me on track.
Jason, I'm offline.
I had food poisoning.
Yeah,
it was not fun.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because I just went offline for like 1 second.
Oh, you're good.
You're right.
We've been hit by tornadoes on this show. Little phases us at this point.
Okay, let me make sure
Yep,
I'm still
Zeus
recording.
has cursed the pod like multiple times. So.
That's never happened to me, and I've recorded a lot of different episodes here.
It's only on Of the Eldest Gods. This is where you get all the tech problems.
Gods damn it.
I was like, Philomena's house flooded. It was fine.
Yeah, there were a lot of issues.
It was fine. So Charlie, we got an Iris message to talk about.
We did. I mean, we technically got one like a while ago before somebody sent us a fanfic. But we specifically got one from Mott's, and we're gonna read that. Do you all read it? Do I gotta read it? Who's reading this?
You should read it.
Okay, all right. Mott's. It's titled "I Ship It." Hello there. So after a lot of talk about the Grover/Polyphemus wedding that could potentially be happening, I have a question for y'all. If the Grover/Polyphemus wedding actually happens, which song do you think will play as they're walking down the aisle? Y'all are amazing and I love this podcast. Hope you have a wonderful day. Love y'all. And the signature sign off. M.Fur.
So what song would Grover walk down the aisle to? I will also throw in here, what would their first dance be to?
Okay, just my immediate thought is like, we need something that involves like eyes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something.
Like, just for the pun, just for like the joke, the fact that he's a Cyclops. We need something involving that.
The only song that is coming to my brain with eyes right now is a really, really corny song by pop country star Martina McBride from the 90s called In my daughter's eyes, I can see the future. And I'm just like picturing them walking down the aisle to that song, and it just like is so inappropriate.
So perfect.
I mean, that sounds perfect for what's happening.
Let's see. Love songs
with
about eyes.
I mean, it'd be great if it was just like a single eye, but I don't think there are any love songs that are like that.
It could be like an edited version, like
just every
eyes.
time it gets to this part, it just stops real quick. Oh no, Polyphemus as he's walking in, because it's not like the formal "here comes the bride" part. Eye of the tiger, that's how he enters.
The eye of the Cyclops.
Yes, he would fucking have other, like, I'm sure there are a Cyclopes band that like would give him a remix.
I love that so much.
I do too. I have a final theory. And it is probably the best one. It just came to me, aka I googled it. Ocean Eyes by Billie Eilish.
Yes.
Ooh.
Ocean Eye.
You got it,
guys. Yeah, it would actually be really beautiful. I would cry if that was played at a wedding. Yeah.
This is amazing. I love it.
Okay, that's what happens when... So Eye of the Tiger has already played.
Yeah.
Ocean Eye plays as Grover comes down. And Cotton Eye Joe has to play at the reception.
Is that their first songs? That they're like dance songs?
Yeah.
No. That's Can't Take My Eye Off of You by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Okay. You're fair. That's fair.
Oh, does he have like a sexy Cyclops band playing with like sexy like Psy women?
Ooh.
Psy women?
I don't know. Also Cyclops. Scantily clad Cyclops ladies. We all want to see it, right?
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Wait, which way do they wing their eyeliner?
Wow. I think both ways, right? Or would that look crazy? If it was, imagine one eye and both ways.
Oh my goodness.
It would be like a tiny... It would be like... I don't... Yeah, I feel like they would do it both ways.
Yeah, you have to. Otherwise, it's like, it's like a side part, which is like, but no worries. Like, I usually wear a side part when my hair is curly, but I feel like I got a middle part now, so I don't remember why I said the two were similar. Derailed.
You tried.
Mama tried.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would have to be... I don't think there's any, like, good songs about sheep that would be great for weddings.
Yeah.
No.
Or about goats.
Polyphemus would fucking write a song. Let's be honest.
You think he has the capacity of doing that?
Oh, it's gonna be a terrible song.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the worst song you've ever heard.
It's a rap.
Oh my god.
Me name. I can't do it. I can't do it. Abandon. Abort.
Because like how some people like have people sing at their weddings.
Yeah.
He would sing at his own.
Oh god, those are the worst, right? You ever seen those wedding shows where the groom like is like, instead of vows, I'd like to sing a full song with verses and choruses.
And everybody else is like,
okay. That is I feel like that is only acceptable if you're singing the song from How to Train Your Dragon 2. That's the only acceptable song.
The whole song though, like while everyone's standing there waiting for you to finish the ceremony, just staring at you.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Have you not heard for the Dancing and the Dreaming? It's such a beautiful song.
I saw How to Train Your Dragon 2 once when it was in theaters.
Well,
I don't have anything against
that song. Breaks my heart.
Charlie, do you remember who you're talking? I just don't watch
I don't remember. I know you don't. I would at least recommend listening to that song. That is my unofficial plug, is that song. For the dancing
Got it.
and the dreaming.
Oh, do we do plugs on this pod?
We do, but we do those much later.
Yeah,
We
I got
haven't
you.
even
I
talked
was just
about anything.
Yeah, I was just definitely not. I definitely did not prepare anything, and I'm not scrambling right now to figure out something to plug.
You're good. If you don't pick anything, we'll just plug Haley's Twitter like we did for Jason. That was literally what we ended up plugging when Jason was on, was just Haley's Twitter.
Nah, I'll think of this. I'll think of something.
Yeah, I have faith in you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Taylor, what's the chapter about?
Oh yeah, I have to give a recap. That's the thing I do. Percy gets to be happy for like 5 seconds. What a wild idea. Why would we let this small child be happy? Grover gets to stick around for a bit. Chiron stopped the most wanted posters from being printed up for that school explosion at the beginning. It's all good. Except that then it isn't, because best brother Tyson is all grown up and starting an unpaid internship like every millennial. Then, of course, Kronos has to be like Santa and watch Percy while he's sleeping, followed by Poseidon being unhelpful again. Why would they stay happy longer than 5 seconds for this wee child? Oh yeah, I guess Kronos fucked us over again too, because, Thalia's a girl again. But also Tyson. Remember that.
Tyson! I love how it's just
It's all
caps in your notes.
Yeah, everything.
We love that boy.
Tyson.
Do you love Tyson as much as us, Leela?
I do love him. I do. I was like, I gotta protect this kid somehow. I'll do
he's
it.
like this small cinnamon bun that needs like love and protection.
A strong cinnamon bun.
I think we need t-shirts that say like Tyson Protection Squad. I think
Yeah.
that needs to be a design.
So crazy, it just might work. You're a genius. We'll be rich.
It'll be fine. Okay, Charlie, we are back at camp. Okay, Leela, you can answer this poll question for me.
Yes.
Do you think Camp Half-Blood is a physical place, or is it in a pocket dimension?
So what is the second thing? What is it?
So does it like physically exist in this very specific place in New York City, outside of New York City?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think it's like a portal that goes into like its own space, or B, just doesn't exist on the human realm?
Wow. I don't.
Because it doesn't give off very like New York-y vibes.
I think it's a pocket dimension.
That is really awesome. I think that I don't feel like I've like read anything to lead me to believe it couldn't be in New York, but I've also never been there. So, I don't know. I haven't.
You've never been to New York City?
Well, I've been to New York City, but like
this is right outside of New York City.
But isn't like every place outside of the city like very rural? Most places.
This is like not that far outside of the city.
It's Long Island.
It's still on Long Island.
But Long Island is more, Long Island's more like suburban than like rural like that. Yeah.
So that's
see.
And that's our struggle.
Shirkle?
Our struggle.
Oh. And I like just take that part out. And I like the fact that it's I always just assumed it was the mist, some kind of the mist thing, just how nobody can find it. But maybe you're right. Maybe that's how.
Yeah.
Oh, we have no concrete. I mean, Charlie has a pretty concrete like idea.
Well, I think it's a pocket dimension just because like no weather like affects this place. Like,
well, there's like something around it that protects the environment. I thought, right? Well, that could still it could be
that could still
dimension.
be like a pocket dimension. Yeah, like.
And if you think about it, pretty much every time Percy's come to camp, wasn't he escorted by someone godly or
somebody who already knew about the camp?
Well, magical.
I mean, I feel like if you're a demigod, you can just like, well, that's the whole thing with the borders. You can just like go in. You can just enter the pocket dimension. If you're not a demigod, you can't just go in.
Yeah, so I mean, knowing Percy, it could be, and he just has never even questioned it. He's like, yeah, it's over there in Long Island, right next to my mom's neighborhood. Like, yeah. I know that's not where he lives. It was a bad example.
No, we got you. We got you. I just enjoy asking people what their opinions are about where Camp Half-Blood is, because it's like
we've tried to figure out where it would be before.
If it was I
literally brought up a map and tried to figure this shit out.
Just look for a strawberry farm on Long Island and be like, that's where it is. That's it.
So what climate does strawberries grow in? Does anyone know?
New York is fine. They grow pretty well here in PA, and
Really?
we're
Okay.
pretty like
I don't farm. I don't know this shit.
we're pretty horizontal to them.
I'm not a child Demeter. How am I supposed to know this?
Let's see. Yeah, we grew strawberries when I was growing up, so like
Cool.
now to grow them all year long, you're only getting strawberries in like June.
Yeah, otherwise they're little green things, right?
Well, remember, they
Green
have
or just-
controlled, like, temperature and whatever and weather there. So, like, they can have strawberries all year round in that little spot. So,
Yeah,
Just saying.
that's true.
We'll see.
well, yeah, so I
Okay.
guess you have no history or geography section here. Because we're
We
in
just
camp.
exist.
We just exist.
We're in camp. Nothing's happened except internships. That's such a fucking millennial thing to have happen to poor Tyson. To be sent off on an unpaid internship way too
Do we know
young
that it's
and
unpaid?
taking
What are they gonna pay him in?
Sand dollars.
experience.
He's paying him in sand dollars.
The thing is
He would love it.
yeah, I was like, that's the thing is like, Tyson wouldn't question it. He'd think he's just the luckiest fucking Cyclops in the world.
Oh my god. I hate this. I don't like
Yeah.
thinking about this. Alright.
It's pretty fucked up, yeah. It's very fresh in my mind, so it's just like it's like, yeah, wow. That actually wasn't that happy of an ending for everyone.
Yeah, it was like things were going so great at the beginning of the chapter, and then it was
Yeah.
just like,
It just goes right downhill, and then it ends.
It ended
Yeah.
on
It's
like
a cliffhanger.
a random note, like the music was going beautifully, and then it was just like meh. Just like a
Yep.
like a
It's
fart
like,
noise.
oh, okay.
I guess that's where we wrap up. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
onto the
Charlie.
mythology section. In case you mythed it, Alright. Let's start with the Shield of Achilles. Cause I wanted to bring this up last chapter, but then I was like, wait. We haven't actually seen the shield yet. But now we have seen the full shield in all its glory. Percy's wonderful, magical wristwatch shields thing. And it reminded me of the fact that, like, God, Achilles has this really cool freaking shield in the Iliad. It's a thing. And of course Homer has to, like, fully describe it. So of course I took classics courses, and one of my professors just had us talking about this fucking shield forever. Cause it's a full thing about a shield and all the stuff that's on it.
It's a tiny mural
Yeah!
on a piece of metal.
That's
Like,
Look at
that's
that thing.
just...
Okay,
That's
look at
dope.
this
That's just the
illustration. It even
description.
has, like, all the constellations and shit. There's fucking astrology on this.
wow.
Well, you
It's
gotta be able to
just-
read the stars.
That would look really cute in
From
my
the
dining
shields?
room.
Yeah, it just, like, there's just so much on it. It's so detailed, and there's just been, like, so many interpretations of it. It's just, like, it's a thing that there's just this shield with so much on it, and I'm like, wow. Tyson, you made this. You made this the same thing, except you made it more...
You made
Friendship.
it for Percy.
You made it Percy. And a little bit less insane. What? Okay, so, like, there's the earth, sea, the sky, the sun, the moon, constellations, beautiful cities of people, a field being plowed. Just, why is there so much? Also, just, like, the fucking ocean. It's just, this is so detailed.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's, how many lines of the Iliad is it? It's over 100 lines of the Iliad.
It's about 130 lines. In
Just
book
describing
18.
this fucking shield.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. It's insane. But yeah, so it's 'cause-
sad why he gets the shield.
Yeah, the story
Yeah.
behind it. Because, you know, it's after Patroclus is killed in battle. And when Achilles finally goes back into battle, Hephaestus makes him a new shield. Sad.
Yeah.
Also,
still beautiful.
Replacement armor, because Patroclus died in Achilles' armor.
Yeah. It's a little helpful to...
But the
I mean, it
armor's
didn't
not
help him in
important,
the
it's
end.
the shield that's the important part, because the shield is pretty. The armor is just armor.
Hey, Achilles is having a tough war. Let him have one pretty thing.
Also,
Yeah.
there's another poem that's like the Shield of Heracles, which like comes later. Might have been written by Hesiod. It's just,
Might have been
alright.
Virgil. Oh wait, oh no, this is the shield of Aeneas
There's an
in
Aeneas
the
one?
Aeneid.
Yeah. Well, that's because Virgil liked to copy Homer things. So
That's fair.
listen, the Aeneid is fan fiction of the Iliad and the Odyssey,
Okay. Fun.
except swapped. It's the Odyssey and then it's the Iliad,
Right.
and it's Roman.
It's fine.
Ooh.
Fun things. Maybe we'll have to read those sometime on the bonus show. I think that's on our list of things.
I just want to read the Odyssey.
I know you do. I just want to read Big Red Tequila.
Oh my god. I don't want to read Big Red Tequila.
That's one of Ricky's books, right?
That is
so that
his
is the first book he ever wrote. It's an adult mystery novel.
We read on the air some reviews of it.
Oh, no.
A couple episodes ago. The biggest complaint was how much the word fuck is used.
Oh, okay.
I love that that's just
So?
a complaint.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
like,
gonna love it.
That's like Movie Night Crew has one review currently on Apple Podcasts, and the review set is they gave us 4 out of 5 stars, but they took a star off because they said like what did the review say? It said like great. It was a like great podcast. This group of friends is really funny. Like the movies they review. But if you don't like swearing, you aren't gonna like this. Like something like that. And then they took a whole star off. Like that's like somebody going to the.
I hate that person.
That's like somebody going to a beach and then like leaving a Google review. That's like they took a star off. Too much sand. Like.
Anakin Skywalker wrote that review.
Yeah. Like sand.
I mean, like, our podcasts are labeled
Explicit.
for a
reason.
goddamn reason.
It says like for adults, even on,
Yeah.
I think at least on a restricted section.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fine.
I know.
It's a thing. But Taylor's not excited to read that book. But by the time this episode comes out, will we have read it and recorded that?
I don't know.
I don't know
I
what
don't
time
know.
is anymore.
Time doesn't
but
exist.
Probably. Okay.
It's whatever.
Let's move on to the next one, because, like, we had a resurrection in this chapter, so we kind of have to talk about resurrection. But,
Jesus is here.
can we just skip the Christianity part of it?
But Jesus.
I mean, everybody knows the Jesus story at this
The more
point.
important resurrection is Gandalf, I think.
But there's,
Are
I mean,
we-
that's cool that there's been resurrection stories in all different kind of ancient religions.
So
That's
many.
neat. Didn't know that.
Yeah. It's always, like, my favorite thing when we find, like, things like this that are, like, more concepts, and they're in, like, so many different, like, mythologies and religions.
Yeah.
Like the flood
we-
myth.
Yes.
In
And dreams. Okay, so we forever ago, we found the page on dreams, and, like, there was a section for, like, every single part of the world, and, like, every single religion and their thoughts about it, and I'm like, this is great. I
Wow.
love
Isn't
that.
Wikipedia fascinating? I fucking love Wikipedia.
I know.
I
This
tell-
is
I
why
tell
it's a
my
section
kids
of our
all the
pod.
time, I'm like, hey, you guys can use Wikipedia, not necessarily as, like, your final source, but, like, Wikipedia is great if you're trying to find, like, sources for a paper.
Yeah,
Mhm,
just like
mhm.
ideas. Yeah.
It's like, yo, just Google whatever you want, look on Wikipedia, then scroll to the bottom.
What the fuck is the big crunch? Oh my god.
The what?
The big crunch, capital B, capital C, it's down under technological resurrection. The big
Oh.
crunch is a hypothetical scenario for the ultimate fate of the universe, in which the expansion of the universe eventually reverses and the universe recollapses, ultimately causing the cosmic scale factor to reach 0, and then more scary words that don't make sense after that.
I don't want that.
I don't like it.
If you've ever watched The Big Bang Theory, the show, that's like literally in the theme song, like the full part of the theme song. That's like the end of it. They're like, oh yeah, then like everything expands and then it goes back again. And yeah, that's I in fact listened to the full Big Bang Theory's theme song a lot.
Yeah,
anyway.
No, I can picture what you're talking about. I never thought of it that way before. God damn it. That's, terrifying.
I'm not here for that. Thanks. Cool,
all right.
bye.
Well, what other cool resurrection things did you see?
Well, let's see. Well, first we got to start with the etymology, because I love where the words come from. So, okay, so it basically means a straightening from under again. What the hell? What? That's to make straight. I'm not for that.
Yeah.
Under to stand. What? This is so confusing. A straightening from under again is a resurrection.
To rise up, stand up. Preposition.
Just say to bring back to life. God
A straightening from under again.
I don't like that.
Like, like you were dead and like kind of like, like a little like goopy.
You were dead in the ground. You were brought back up.
Yes, the goopy state of death, my favorite.
Oh, ew. And then you're straightened, like, oh.
Yeah, well, don't bring me back to life. I'd rather stay gay. Taylor shakes her head.
I'm fine. Everything's fine. You're good.
Alright, okay.
Anastasis is the other a good word to bring up there too.
What word?
Anastasis?
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was anastasis. Anastasis.
It might be anastasis.
That's a word.
I don't know. I knew that. I thought it was like I knew what that word was. It just sounds familiar.
Yeah, like I've definitely seen it before. Do I know how it's pronounced? Obviously not from what just happened.
Well, I don't know. What does it mean?
It's just another word for the concept of coming back to life after death.
It is a concept in contemporary philosophy. There's literally a section on this Wikipedia page about anastasis.
Oh yeah, I see.
I also want to talk about the warning at the top of the page.
Wait, what? There's a warning?
The lead section of this article may need to be rewritten. The reason given is 2/3 of the paragraphs are on the Abrahamic religions, but many other religions, as well as non-religious contexts, are brought up in this article.
Wow. That's amazing that they must have people just like kind of like scouring Wikipedia all the time, right? Or can a robot do that?
I don't know.
Wikipedia, in general, is pretty fascinating how it functions.
Yeah.
I'm always on Wikipedia.
Me too.
I did my master's program is in technology for online instruction. So like last summer, one of the classes I took looked at like the rise of Web 2.0, as we are now entering Web 3.0 because of the metaverse and all that shit, but whatever. Part of that was Wikipedia. Wikipedia was a big part of that like transformation of the internet to be like for the people by the people sort of deal. And it's so fascinating how easy it is to change something, but how quickly somebody else will correct it. Because there are just people who that's what they do for fun, is just sit around and like monitor these pages to make sure that they are up to date, have the correct things. When Bob Saget died in January, I swear Wikipedia was updated before I found out, and I found out like an hour or so after the news came out, but somebody was on there right away and changed it. Like, I don't know. Wikipedia is amazing in just like how it functions as like an entity.
Unofficial plug of the podcast, Wikipedia.
Oh no, Wikipedia was an official plug of the podcast.
Fucking
Since the
love
beginning.
Wikipedia. Love it.
All right. Well, we got this ancient Greek religion section, of course.
Judaism one's kind of cool.
Well, I just wanted to bring up the little bit here about Asclepius, who is literally killed by Zeus and then is eventually resurrected and becomes a god. And guess why he was killed by Zeus? It's because he was bringing people back from the dead.
Ah.
He was killed and then brought back to life because he brought people back to life.
That's amazing.
Think about that. Just think about that.
Oh, wow.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm reading like the Jewish stuff because like I grew up in a Christian church. I will establish a non-Catholic church because, like I've mentioned on the show, Joe has brought to my attention there are more different books of the Bible in the Catholic Bible than like the Protestant Bible, and I'm still very confused by it. Quick question, how do you just go to the store and figure out which Bible you need to buy?
Yeah.
I've never seen them labeled.
You gotta go
I
to
don't
a
go
good...
and buy Bibles, so...
Yeah, well, I know in my youth, my mom, you know, she raised... My dad's side's Jewish, mom's side's Christian, and she raised us really, really, really religious. And we used to always go to Lifeway Christian Bookstore. I don't know if you guys ever seen any of those.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
We used to always go to Lifeway Christian Bookstore, and they would have, like, all kinds of Christian media, like movies. They had a whole CD section that had, like, all different genres, like rap, Christian metal.
Christian rap.
Yep.
Christian rap is wild, man.
Yeah, there's
Some
some
Christian rappers are really good,
yeah,
though.
no, that like Grits, that band Grits was not bad. I don't know. I know so much about Christian music because I also used to be in a Christian rock band. Anyway, next subject.
I went to Catholic high school, and we used to listen to a lot of Christian music.
Yes.
Did not like it.
It all sounds this like all contemporary Christian music sounds the same. And so that's why it's like it's frustrating because I'm not saying I'm like a fan of them all singing about the same fucking thing or like, you know, pushing this same message or the idea of it in general. But there are some artists that are really talented and all that's ever played is like white people worship band music on the radio.
Like Hillsong and
right,
shit.
Right, like, open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Won't you open the eyes? Oh, sing that. That would be a great one for the wedding.
Okay. So
I'm not gonna lie, when we were thinking about it, I was thinking about, like, what Christian songs can I throw in here just to...
I definitely recall singing that song in my high school choir. We used to sing like Christian rock and like my choir, like that was our thing, like during the mass at school, and we would have hand motions.
I used to know that song completely in Spanish.
Wow. Abre los ojos de mi corazón. Abre los ojos de mi corazón. Yo quiero verla. Yo quiero verte. Verte. Anyway, it's really not relevant, but
yeah,
it is fascinating.
Yeah. I'm glad we're
having a time here.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Religion.
No. If any of you are really want to find a good Christian rapper, you should look up Lecrae. Lecrae. He's really great, but his other big thing is like organized Christianity is a problem.
Love that.
And is inherently racist. And I'm like, yeah. And I love him. So
is that your plug?
It wasn't, but unofficial plug. So yeah, anyhow, Percy Jackson and Resurrection. Oh, the reason I got into this is like it was because like obviously of Old Testament also part like
yes,
Jewish Bible, Christian Bible, same shtick here. But it's always interesting to me because I think I scrolling down, I was like, oh yeah, I guess I never really think about the resurrection stuff in the Old Testament because like, oh, we only think about like Lazarus and Jesus in the New Testament. And then it's like, oh yeah, no shit, that was a thing like in the Old Testament too, like very, very distinctly a thing.
Well, I mean, like, have you fucked with Revelations?
Oh my god.
Don't fuck with Revelations.
It is bananas. You should see, like, Jason was raised not religiously at all, like by two sweet, like kind of sweet hippie parents. Wonderful. And so like Christianity shocks him, poor dear. And so like he was like, we have this Bible. We always have Bibles. I feel like I get rid of them, but my mom keeps sneaking more into my house. And just like, how did that get there? And
he's like, oh yes, I wonder how it got there. Thank you.
Wow.
I didn't. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I didn't buy it. So yeah, we had one. Jason found a Bible and was like curious about Revelation. He's like, is there really blah, blah, blah in the Bible? And there's like shit about unicorns. There's shit about, there's just like crazy, crazy shit all up in that bitch. And I'm like, oh, this is why we literally never studied it in Bible study. Interesting that we seem to stick to the same few books of the old Bible.
Yep.
Well, it's the same thing with Daniel. Like, most of the book of Daniel is just essentially mini Revelation. But you only hear about like Daniel in the lion's den and like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. No, most of it is fucking just mini Revelation. Yeah, it's a terrifying book.
And they're like, we're just gonna remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Don't read about the next part. They're just like, yeah. They're not teaching you that shit.
They're like, what can we make? Imagine VeggieTales, but the Book of Revelation.
Yes.
Oh my god. Who are the four horsemen of the apocalypse, but VeggieTales?
They went to Pinocchio. They went to Pinocchio before they went to fucking the Book of Revelation.
The four asparagus of the apocalypse.
Listen, I looked at that shit because I was like, you know what? I want to read an apocalypse story and like look what is up with the Christian apocalypse. And then I'm like, oh, this don't make no sense. No, there's no logic.
Just a lot of the number 7
and 666.
There's
and fire.
There's a lot of
and beasts.
Like it's wild. I feel like it's pretty. Oh no, can you hear me still? Oh my god, Jason! It went out again. It went out again. Are you?
There she is.
It went out again. Oh my god, it's unstable. It says it's unstable. Zeus!
It's okay.
Aren't we all?
It kicked me out of my own class yesterday.
I'm sorry, Zeus. Please, I'm sorry that I used your name in vain, or your names in vain earlier today. Please forgive me and let me continue with this podcast smoothly.
Zeus, forgive our sins.
Well, who knows what I was talking about before? But, you know.
I don't know.
This has gone already off the rails in so many ways.
It's fine. Anyhow, resurrection.
Yeah.
It's in, like, all of, like, the Abrahamic religions, obviously, like, because they're all based off of each other, and nobody wants to acknowledge the fact that Islam is
also
very
like
much the same. See, Buddhism and Hinduism would intrigue me the most.
Yeah,
because they also believe in reincarnation.
And all that shit, yeah.
But I guess they also have some essence of the resurrection stuff, too.
Yeah. Isn't it weird how, like, is it all Christianity that's like, no, reincarnation isn't a thing, but, like, we believe in, like, Jesus being reborn, or... It's all so confusing. Fucking Christianity.
Oh my god.
It's just, I don't know. Something weird like that. All. Where it's like reincarnation isn't a thing, but like we believe that like Jesus is gonna come back someday. Isn't that reincarnation? Isn't it?
No, it's supposed to still be Jesus. He's just supposed to come back.
Reincarnation, you're still the same. I mean, you're not the same person, but like you're still
reincarnation. You're a completely different person. It's just your soul.
No, it's not. That's not what the Bible says.
Yeah,
it's close enough. Oh god, this section at the end kind of terrifies me. Disappearances as distinct from resurrection. See also entering heaven alive.
What? A belief held in many religions.
Isn't this what happened to like Mary or something?
Entering heaven
like where
alive.
You just kind of like ascend.
No, it might be in Catholicism. I don't know. Elijah in the Old Testament.
Yes.
And
Well, Jesus, he said
somebody.
Okay. So it says that like Ganymede going up to Olympus is like kind of like the same thing. I'm sorry, Olympus is not heaven.
No, you
It's
can literally
not.
climb there. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a whole thing. Somebody got murdered because they tried to fly there.
And also some giants got murdered because they tried to build a tower to Olympus. It's
Isn't that
complicated.
just the Tower of Babel?
I mean, honestly, kinda.
Wow, is this entire episode just us realizing that all religions are the same? Oh, wow.
Oh, here's one. In J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth Legendarium, elves who grow weary of life in Middle-earth may sail west to the Undying Lands. A few mortals...
Oh, yeah.
A few mortals also follow this role, including, and I don't want to read them all, but ring bearers, Bilbo Baggins. So they all, instead of dying, they go to the Undying Lands.
Also Sam!
Okay. Also Sam.
That's because Sam was technically a ring bearer.
Yeah.
My boy.
He also
My boy.
he was the ring bearer too.
He carried the boy who carried the ring.
Close
That's
enough.
fine. Sam deserves more.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, so Resurrection
Resurrection is a
basically
thing.
everybody believes in it across the world in some way or another.
My favorite concept though of Resurrection is like the little section here like about the Near East religions where it mentions the dying and rising god, which it's Dionysus. Dionysus is one of those. I just like it's the whole like where you die and then you come back to the world of the living, and then you die and you come back to the world of the living. It's what Persephone does for like part of the year. She's a dying and rising god kind of thing. I think she counts as one of those.
Yeah.
Is she on here? Yes. Okay. It's also like it's a religious thing that in like scholars are like, this might be a thing, this might not be a thing. I think it's definitely totally like a thing. It literally happens it happens in so many
opinion.
religions that like there are gods that like spend some part of the year in like underworld or the dead place or wherever. Not the good place, not the bad place, the dead place.
My favorite place.
And then like come back to the land of the living kind of shit. Like it is a concept. I just think it's stupid. I've looked at this so many times where it's like, oh, it might be a thing. Oh no, dying and rising gods. Oh no. It's so weird. Classicists are weird. And now I shall move on to our girl Daphne. So Taylor can look at boobs.
That is my goal. Wait, I'll talk about Minth really quick.
Okay, you want to go to Minth first?
Yes,
I don't think Minth has any boobs on this page.
No, because probably not, because she doesn't technically matter.
But Taylor really wanted to talk about this because
there's
she
no
loves
Minth.
I love Minth purely because of her role in Lore Olympus. Because they make the story more of what it is than it actually like is in the myth. And it's so fucking great. Minth. She's an underworld river nymph. Like for one of the underworld. She
the Cocytus.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that. So we always like to say that Hades like is only ever with Persephone. Not true.
Listen.
So Hades did have concubines, and in some versions, Minth is his mistress. So in one version of the myth, either Persephone or Demeter turns her into a mint plant.
Because Minth?
Because jealousy. And it's that amuses me. And then in another version, Persephone just tears her to pieces.
Oh shit!
And then
love that.
Hades turns her into the mint.
Hmm.
And then the last one is that she was, and this is the way that Lore Olympus takes it, is that Minth was Hades' mistress before Persephone.
Yeah, I prefer that.
And it was like all of like, her bragging that she's better than,
Demeter.
that she's so much better than Persephone and everything. Oh. So Demeter tramples her.
Oh.
And the mint springs up from the earth.
I think my favorite part is the bottom here where it's talking about the culture. They used mint in the Eleusinian Mysteries. Ooh. I like that.
Oh, no. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Orpheus's song. That seeing the mint sad, hated it, and made it... Or, sorry.
Demeter. Seeing the mint sad, hated it, and made it barren.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So let's just... It's so fucking wild. I love it.
Wow, I'm getting lost in a wiki hole here.
Exactly.
This is where we try not to click on too many more pages.
It's just...
I mean, I liked the Eleusinian Mysteries thing because, you know, that's Demeter and Persephone's, like, whole myth cult on, like, Eleusis. I'm obsessed. Love that shit. Yeah. Wow. I mean, Minth, she exists, and I like the last version of that better. I'm sorry, I'm too pure. I think that, like, I mean, they had a rough start in their relationship, but Hades and Persephone grew to love each other.
Unfortunately, this isn't the only version of him having a mistress, but we'll move on.
We don't talk about Luce? I can't pronounce
We don't
things.
know.
We don't talk about Bruno!
Talk about... Are we saying that Bruno is also
Bruno,
one of Hades' mistresses?
Listen, if Bruno doesn't give you gay vibes, then were you watching the same movie as me?
Everything gives you gay vibes.
Bruno is queer! Actually, everybody in that family is queer. Except maybe the grandmother. The grandmother is probably the only straight person there.
I don't agree with you, but that's fine.
Well, you're incorrect. Anyway, Daphne. Alright, Daphne, which means Laurel. That's confusing. Why not just name her Laurel? I was making a joke and it was bad. You're supposed to laugh.
I didn't know it was supposed to be a joke.
It was a bad joke.
That's why I shrugged.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're forgiven.
So she's a naiad. Oh my god, just like Minth. Except, does it say what body of water? No, it just says river god Thessaly? Okay. So, of course, this is the famous Daphne who is pursued by Apollo. Love that. Love that. Don't love
Except
that
we don't, because...
We don't.
I was like, wait,
we don't.
We like this?
No, we don't. I do love the sculpture, though, okay? I do want to talk about that because this thing is fucking beautiful.
Bernini is great.
Like,
I just love Renaissance art.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I think it's like, if you see it from like different perspectives of it, she's a tree and then she's a person, it's like...
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I've seen it 360 because, but it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, Bernini did a lot of that kind of stuff with his art, was
love it.
To basically do optical illusions with his statues. And they're so cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen them in person because I'm poor and live in Pennsylvania. So, but like...
I'd love to.
Yeah, like, I would love to see them in person.
Where is this
the
statue?
hope is there.
Where is
I
it?
just assume...
Is it Rome?
The Louvre.
Or the Louvre? It says it's housed in Rome.
Well, then it might be... Okay.
I've been to Greece. I haven't been to Rome, so...
I don't have that money.
Sorry, guys.
The gallery...
I keep going offline. I'm like free. I'm like... this never happened. Has never happened before. I'm so sorry.
I blame that the scary, like, truckers who were talking in Jason's episode of the Restricted Section.
Oh my god. It turns out Jason can do a perfect impression of them with a kazoo. Using a kazoo. It's like spot on. I thought it was the radio. And Jason's like, no, I got this here kazoo. And I was like, why do you have a kazoo? And then,
Because it's Jason. Like, that was not the thing that surprised me. I just assumed Jason would have a kazoo.
He's like... That's what it sounds like, usually.
All right.
I fucking love it.
Several versions of this myth. Let's go down. Da, 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 da. Of course, it's in our bud Ovid's Metamorphoses. What does Ovid say in this version? Okay, so yeah. So there's the version where Cupid shoots Apollo with an arrow. Why? Because he's Cupid and he's chaotic.
That's sort of his job.
It's sort of his job. Also, it's Roman. That's why he's Cupid. And so he falls in love with Daphne. Daphne does not want this shit and runs away and is turned into a tree by her dad. Yes, her dad, the river god.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you can't fuck it.
Whose name is Peneus?
No.
His name is Peneus.
That is unfortunate for literally everybody involved.
He said, Peneus was all like, hey, yo, think fast. I bet you can't fuck a tree. And then Apollo was like, au contraire.
We bet.
Wanna bet?
There's some knolls in here.
Oh my god.
It's so sad. Once again, Lore Olympus, how this is done. Now I'm just sad.
Yeah, I mean...
Daphne deserved better.
Daphne is one that, like, always makes me very sad, just because, like... I love Apollo, okay? I know he's not always great, but this one makes me very upset.
Yeah.
She just got to turn into a tree to escape him. What are the other
Daphne's coloring in Lore Olympus is also really pretty. It's like a bluish pink watercolor like combo. It's beautiful.
Oh,
My plug all day every day is Lore Olympus.
Okay, what is this one by Parthenia? So she swears virginity, and okay, this one she's mortal. She likes hunting. Oh, she's probably a hunter of Artemis or something. And this boy, oh no.
Is it Apollo?
No, it's not Apollo. But, god damn it. This does not happen in real life, but he disguised himself as a girl to try to win her affections.
Oh.
This is some scoundrel J.K. Rowling shit. Don't like it. Okay, yeah. But this does make Apollo angry. Oh god, what is Apollo doing?
Apollo is yes.
And then Apollo, of course, tries to advance on her. And Zeus turns her into a laurel tree in that one. I don't like this version. I don't like that one. Parthenius, get the fuck out. Okay, there's a lot where she's like a virgin though. There's a few where she is a virgin for specifically.
They really like their virginity stuff.
They really like the women who are like, nah, I don't want that shit. I'm good.
And then they like to ruin their lives forever.
Yeah.
Exactly. Always.
But they also like to ruin the lives of the women who like to have sex, so there's just no winning. Oh wait, that's just also modern day too.
Okay, so this other guy who disguises he's in a couple of the versions. And yeah, okay. Yeah, Pausanias has him do that thing again. Don't like that. Can we get rid of that guy? I don't like Leucippus.
Yeah,
Leucippus is the guy who dresses up as a girl and tries to fuck her. I don't like him.
Oh god.
Let me just go back into ancient Greece
and erase
ancient
him,
Rome,
please,
and erase him out of myth.
Please do.
I'll get right
I would
on
like that.
Okay, I will try my best.
It's good to know that at least in the Pausanias, I don't know how you say that. That version, Leucippus is killed by a bunch of women.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're just like, wow, you disguise yourself as a girl and try to get with Daphne. We're all gonna just murder you now.
Sounds great.
Yeah, that's the kind of
killed him with javelins and daggers.
Hell yeah, I'm here for it.
I'm glad that's a painful death. I'm glad it was painful for him.
Yeah, Hundo P.
That's important.
Yeah, but basically because of this whole story, the laurel wreath becomes Apollo's thing. And hey, that's funny because that is the symbol that I gave to Lelia.
Oh yeah.
For your logo. Yes, it's because you're a queen. That's why.
Oh, thank you so much for my laurels.
We have
win.
strong opinions about
Yay.
Leila's queenship.
We do.
Oh, you
but
guys.
There's such like a theme of like the women who run away from gods, and then the gods being like, oh, whatever you transformed into, that's gonna be my symbol. It's gonna be my thing now. Because there's like a similar thing with how Pan chased, I can't remember her name. He chased a nymph, and then she turned into like a tree or something, and then he made his pan poo. I was trying to say flute and pipes at the same time. His pan flute out of that, so he could put his lips on her.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. This is why I don't like these things. It's so gross.
I'm very unhappy.
I like these two gods, but I hate that they do this shit.
Not all men, but all men TM.
Yeah. Taylor, this is why I made up that idea for that bonus episode.
Okay. Let's talk about the actual chapter, because we've kept Lelia here long enough.
No, I'm sorry. My internet keeps going in and out, and it's making me nervous.
No, you're good. I just feel bad, because somehow we got into the end of the world in Christianity.
It happens.
Listen. Revelation is some crazy ass shit, okay?
It is. I don't know.
There's no logic to it. Don't read Revelation.
Of the books to be...
It's my anti-plug.
Yeah, just...
There's a lot of historical evidence that shows that it was just kind of like Christian propaganda during like some kind of Roman. I think when the Romans and the Christians were like doing their thing not very well together.
I feel like personally whoever wrote it was just like drunk off their ass and just like yeah, sure, whatever.
Even if it was like actually John the Apostle, he was imprisoned on an island by himself in a tower. Yeah, he's gonna come up with some wild
makes
shit.
Sense now.
True.
Everything makes sense.
I do want to put this here. If you're Christian, we really are not bashing you. We are just questioning the parts that don't make sense.
I am a post-Catholic. I do not like things.
I appreciate people who are Christian and use Christianity for like what they do good in the world, and use it as like, this is a model of like living a good life, like helping others, being a servant to others like Jesus. But then there's just some parts where it's just like
stupid.
And and it's every religion. It's even every non-religion has problems. I just want to put that out there because I know we do have some listeners who are Christian that like we genuinely don't need this.
But also, like, it's okay to question things. That's like Christianity is a lot different from, say, a religion like even Judaism in that way, which like openly encourages a dialogue about the material and the religion and everything. I'm not to say that there's not unshakable traditions and they're like every other religion, but like Christianity is a lot about like, this is the word of God. Don't try to interpret it in any kind of way. It is what it is, which is obviously not how you should take any kind of religious text. And that's so we just say, listeners, there's no reason why you shouldn't question your religion sometimes. Don't be scared to really dive in deep. All right, and
just take a shovel and
texts are meant to be interpreted.
Yes,
that is the point of a text.
Yes, it's not meant to be read like a grocery list. Okay.
I was an English major. This is how you're supposed to do things. All right. On to the chapter, which has no Christianity in it.
Thank God. All right.
Fleece works its magic too well. Well, we're having a good time at Camp Half-Blood. Everything is good. Grover is playing the YMCA on his panpipes. God, that means I have to add that song to my Percy Jackson playlist.
Oh, no.
Wait. Leela, does Jason know how to play panpipes?
We do have a pan flute from our friends in Japan sent it to us. It is hard to play. He could probably figure it out, though.
Yeah, I tried to learn how to play when I played Tumnus in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Wow, love that.
I tried to learn how a simple one. It is hard. Yeah, I see them, but it doesn't make it less hard to play.
I know. This is... Okay, so what I have here, for the listeners who cannot see, I have a Viking pan flute that I got at a Ren fair.
That's amazing.
This guy tried to, recreate what it would have looked like from, half of one that they found.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you mind blowing on
I
it
cannot
a little
play
bit?
it. I cannot play it.
We just want to hear the shrill sound. Come on, give us a sound bite.
I don't know if I can do it.
Beautiful.
You did
it. It's great. I can play one or two notes on that. It's very hard.
It's so narrow. You would really have to a strong narrow stream.
There's a weird way you have to get your mouth to go onto it. I do not like it. I wear it for costumes.
Yeah,
mostly.
I know. It looks dope. I would definitely wear that to Ren Fair. Yeah.
I am going to isolate that phrase you said.
What did I say?
And that is you need a strong, narrow stream.
It is kind of a tongue twister.
No, I thought it was supposed to be a pee joke.
Oh, it does sound like definitely. A pee joke. Or
I thought you were making a pee joke.
Oh, me was.
Mm-hmm. So things are going great for Percy for once in his goddamn
tiny life. He saved a bunch of future satyrs, so they won't be killed by a cyclops. Yeah. It's good shit. So he gets 2 months off. He can just chill at Camp Half-Blood.
That's the true reason that teachers get a couple fake months off during the summer, is because we were too busy saving the next generation of satyrs from the...
How often do you save the satyrs, Taylor?
Every year, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. My kids are currently plotting an invasion of Kuwait with a guinea pig army, so
Your kids! I love your kids. Every time I hear something out of context, I love them.
Yeah. He told me that he already has... his first priority was, of course, to get all the places with the name Guinea in it, naturally. So he says he already has puppet governments in any country with the name Guinea in it.
What?
So...
What? Puppet.
Okay. I love my children. They're so dumb.
Percy Jackson.
Speaking of dumb.
Who was also dumb.
Great segue. You know why he's dumb? Because Grover's like, hey, we should dissolve this empathy link. And Percy's like, nah. I don't care if, you're in danger and I die. I want to know if you're in danger.
Yeah, I get his point, but also, you're gonna die.
You could turn into a vegetable, Percy.
I
mean, not physically. Mentally. Maybe you'll turn into a vegetable later. I don't know. He's already become a guinea pig, so...
It's true.
Buddy, you should maybe do that. Also, you tend to get in trouble, so if you die, you're also killing Grover.
Yeah, then Grover will turn into an actual vegetable. Because they resurrect as plants.
So, I don't know. I think this... I get where he's coming from. I get he's doing it because he loves his friend. But it's not a good idea.
It's fine. I love that Chiron fixed all the problems with the police. Last time it was Hades who fixed that. And this time it was Chiron.
Yes. Everybody's like, oh, fuck.
That's a really...
We keep causing...
I was just like, that's a really specific mist manipulation, huh?
I'm gonna play the mist. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Just
Do you think there's somebody who, like, do you think, like, Iris keeps track of when, like, the mist is being specifically manipulated? I feel like that would be something associated with her realm.
I mean,
or
maybe...
somebody, like there's somebody out there who's, like, their job is to keep track of the changes they've made.
Iris and Hermes.
To just the psyche of the goddamn world. No, Hermes already has too much shit going on.
Yeah.
I mean, also Hecate, because, like, this is magic shit. Like, the mist is, like, her thing.
We'll give it to Hecate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Percy's expelled again.
Oh no, he's been expelled! There's
What a
nothing worse than being
surprise.
expelled. Nothing worse.
Because he doesn't have the correct vibe for this goddamn school.
Ungroovy karma. God.
I've already expressed my opinion about
vibes
this
were
school,
off.
But oh my god.
Mr. Bonsai is the headmaster.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
come on.
Okay, plot twist. Maybe that man is, like, actually, a nymph or something.
Oh, that could be interesting.
Maybe male nymphs are a thing in this world. I think that's a nymph name. I don't think that's a human person. Mr. Bonsai.
It's just...
I mean, everybody at this school had, like, weird-ass names, though.
Yeah, they did. You know what? That's my conspiracy theory, is that, like, nobody in that school was actually a human. But...
Are there even humans?
It was actually a school for nymphs and, like, dryads and shit. And then Percy came and they're like, oh, fuck, there's a demigod. It's gonna ruin everything.
Hey, y'all, dryads, that's the male version of a nymph, yes?
It's a tree nymph, specifically.
Okay.
There's dryads, naiads, nereids, a bunch of other ones.
Yeah, there's one specific for air ones. I forget what it's.
Aura?
Ooh,
I think.
No, wait, that's a cloud nymph. Is it? Or it's air? Something.
Yeah,
I think
something.
I think Oread is a mountain one.
Ooh.
I think
that's
those
neat.
ones are cool.
There's not really any, like, mention of male nymphs. Much like there is often never really any mention of female cyclops or female satyrs.
See,
myth is often very much...
It's very gendered.
Compartmentalized.
It's weird.
Well,
I mean, I don't think nymphs should have a concept of gender the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
they're, like, all
plants.
sexual and, like... Oh, and they're plants, yeah. But, like, I feel like of any of these creatures, that should be, like, that one seems the most obvious to make, like, fluid as fuck.
Especially the water ones. Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Literally just, like, everything about
So the
their
water
life
ones are
is
gender
literally
fluid. Thank you.
I didn't mean that when I said it.
All right.
Whatever. But yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot in myth. Basically, the ones that come up the most, though, are the naiads and the nereids.
Yeah. I just always remember dryads.
Because what is dry?
Sea Earth.
Trees?
Okay.
I love that Chiron just takes his cell phone out of his quiver and hands it to Percy. It's his most deadly weapon.
You know how you carry your cell phone in your quiver?
I would, if I had a quiver. Actually, scratch that. I have several over there across my room.
That's, like, another great thing to buy at the Ren Fair.
Yeah, it is. This is true. I made a quiver.
I've never been to a Ren Fair.
You guys all want to go next year?
Yes, we should go.
I'll probably show up.
I literally got my commissioned vest for, like, much money. So I need to go to Ren Fair next year.
Hell
At least
yeah.
once.
The Maryland Ren Fair, that is the one I went to, and it was, like, huge and amazing. Like, a whole city, like, built into the woods. Super cool.
Pennsylvania has, like, several pretty big ones.
Oh,
yeah. Like, I obviously live in Pittsburgh, and there's apparently one out here, and it goes on for, like, a month or so, but with COVID, like, it was when Delta was really bad.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah.
Yeah.
It would be cool. And then the other ones were just too far because I grew up in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
and my family doesn't care about that kind of shit.
Yeah, mine neither.
I took my mom to her first Ren Fair last year, and she bought an entire outfit while we were there.
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, your mom sort of went nuts at the Ren Fair.
She went totally nuts. She loved it. It was great. King Richard's is the only one that I know of in this area in Massachusetts. Yeah. It's a fun time.
Hell yeah.
Okay, yes. We went off track there.
All right, Sally's calling.
I love this. Percy Jackson, what were you thinking? Do you have any idea how worried I was sneaking off to camp without permission, going on dangerous quests and scaring me half to death? No breath.
I like how he promises that it's the last time and like everything's gonna be great, and she's like, don't say it. We both know it's not true. Like, it's only gonna get worse. And I love that she's aware.
Yeah. She's a great mom, honestly. I
Yes.
love that character.
Best mom. Sally is actually Percy's godly parent, anyway.
It's
fine.
fuck Poseidon. Fuck the actual pantheon.
Sally's the only goddess
Or
we
don't.
need.
Hell yeah. Justice for Sally.
But don't fuck any of them. Because probably not good for you. Yeah, so a couple good things happening. He's not a wanted criminal, always a good thing.
And everyone loves Tyson.
Especially considering...
Yeah.
And everybody is in love with Tyson because
That's-
Tyson is a
Hero.
huge teddy bear of love.
I should have made that the quip. I should have been like, and now it's the Everybody Loves Tyson show.
Do you think that Rainbow came and visited them throughout the summer?
Oh, definitely. Tyson went on, like, night trips
Aw.
or something with him. They just, like, chilled.
They like
Percy wakes up in the middle of the night and he's like, I don't hear snoring.
then
In the morning, you find out that they had like gone on like an adventure together. Or
they had like a
I
full like
love-
Free Willy moment, like where he like
Oh,
stood on the
definitely.
bridge, Rainbow like jumped right over him.
Absolutely.
Michael Jackson
love
was
it.
blaring.
I love that Tyson's
Fucking Free
snore is described as like an earthquake because Poseidon is the god of earthquakes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's clever.
So it's a little sly little thing Rick did there.
Little Easter egg.
Dream came from Daddy last night. I love Tyson. I love this boy. I love that Poseidon finally is talking to him, and he's got his internship. This boy, this poor boy, is child labor. There must not be child labor laws in Poseidon's kingdom, because he is.
What do you think the like? Okay, so you know how like we're always like, okay, dogs are like 7 human years. What do you think it is for Cyclopes?
I don't know.
Well, he's been around a long time, right?
No, he's a baby.
Tyson's like a year old.
But then, okay. I thought like,
he's like a year to 2 years old.
but Polyphemus is
But then Polyphemus is like
Thousands
ancient.
of years old.
millennia.
So that's what I'm saying. Is like, is he real? Does it say he's only a year old, or is it just like assumed? Because like, what does it mean to be a baby for if you can live for thousands of years?
That's fair. God damn it.
I don't know. I mean, though, just the way it's described is that they're like, oh yeah, he's like a baby. So maybe he's like Grogu, and like he's 50,
Yeah.
but he's
It's
a
like
baby.
It's like a
Don't
middle-aged baby.
Don't even talk to me right now about Grogu. Yesterday was the season finale of Book of Boba Fett, and I'm emotional.
Should I watch that show?
If you like Grogu,
That's fair. That's the only reason I watched Mando.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of Star Warsed out, but we'll see.
Valid.
it's only 7 episodes,
Yeah.
and Ming-Na Wen is pretty badass.
Yeah,
so.
that would be another reason to watch it.
And
Yeah,
there's also
maybe I'll
another
check it out.
really badass female character who's in it, so she's she's a minor character, but she's still pretty cool.
Love that.
So But I don't know. We will watch anything Star Wars related. Anyhow, so Tyson is gonna go be a classic millennial.
And he's gonna get paid in sand dollars. He's not unpaid.
I feel like we do find out in later books, more details. I think we find out in the next book more details about Tyson's, internship.
Yeah, we check up on Tyson later. This is not the last we'll ever see him.
Better not.
That would be very sad.
Better not be.
They're brothers.
That would be traumatizing.
They are Huffle Bros.
Did you see I put that in the
I did.
description of
yeah.
If you want to I full on wrote out Huffle Brothers in the episode that came out on February 10th.
Yes, because we believe that Percy and Tyson are both Hufflepuffs.
Really?
Yes.
I know that you've already talked about this in length, but why do you think Percy is not a Gryffindor?
Because he is loyal to a fault, and he is just read into everything about him. I read into it very meticulously as we're doing this chapter by chapter, and I'm like, this is a Hufflepuff.
So,
but
think about the fight with Polyphemus.
Think about that.
Both.
Oh,
Tyson
yeah. Okay.
And Percy choose to let
emotions
Polyphemus live because of their view of, humanity, quote unquote, but living beings and stuff. And
they see him as more than a monster,
right? Which
even
somebody
though he's a dick.
I get you. Which I understand. Which somebody like Harry would have already have slayed him by now. Sorry to bring him up.
Yeah.
As much as I argue that Percy and Harry are
very similar,
the same person almost, but Percy is the Hufflepuff version of Harry. Also, he asks questions.
True. Harry questions nothing.
Notices thing. Percy notices a lot more than Harry does. He's much smarter.
And he doesn't notice a lot, so that's still saying something about Harry.
Yeah.
Anyway, teenage boys.
I think a lot of it has to do with Percy's motivations are of love, family, and loyalty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily being a hero or being particularly
he doesn't care
courageous.
about being a hero. He just wants to help his friends. He went on this quest to save his friend, not for glory or anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Valid.
Yeah. So that's why.
Yeah. I have strong opinions about Percy being a Hufflepuff.
Yeah. No. Thank you. I was glad to hear that.
And you'll see. If you decide to keep reading them after this book,
you will see more evidence.
You see it more and more.
Love that. Okay.
He just genuinely sees the humanity in people that most people would just write off. Mm-hmm. Which I think is such a Hufflepuff trait that doesn't get talked about enough.
Yeah. My favorite pieces of media are where there's a Hufflepuff main character. Mm-hmm. Evidence Sailor Moon. An anime where it's all about loving your friends and the power of love. And we will just take all the evil out of this villain, and we're not going to just kill them.
Oh.
It's good shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're brothers, and they're having a moment, and Tyson has to leave now. Right now. Goodbye, Tyson. I'm crying.
Bye, Tyson.
Use the shield well. And this is where we get the full description of the fucking shield. Thank God it only goes for a chapter. Or not a chapter, sorry, a paragraph, and not 100 lines.
Almost a whole, yeah. So we go through that, and then Percy has now lost part of his safety. Charlie and I have talked about it, but the fact that yes, they're related, but they are still found family.
Yes.
And Percy, unlike Harry, has an actual family. Sally is a badass bitch who loves him entirely,
and he still has a chosen family.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's so it's Tyson's his blood brother, but not. I don't know. There's a lot. My brain just didn't work there. Just continue.
I gotcha.
I'm getting to the end of my brain power.
I love that Percy's gonna miss the fact that Tyson is a horse girl.
Tyson's the
one of
best.
the references.
Tyson's the best version of a horse girl that I've ever seen.
Every time, pony, fish pony. I love it. So pure.
I like how the
Wonderful.
centaurs are like, bitch, I said I'm a fucking centaur. Who was it? It was Chiron that he does that to.
Yeah, it's Chiron and all of his cousins.
Yeah, ponies. I'm like, bitch, you about to get beat up.
I'm not over the fact that we found out that, like, it really should be pronounced Centaur. I'm not over it.
Oh, ew. I don't like that.
Like, in the original Greek, it would be like a K sound. I hate it.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely.
No thanks.
I love that Grover's just like, Cyclops forges don't have enchiladas, so I'm not going there. Instead, let's go to the dining pavilion and have blue food. Good shit. See, he's lost Tyson, but he still has Annabeth and Grover. Like, he didn't even have Grover for a while there.
Yeah.
He's got Grover back for a couple months. The rest of the summer. It's good. Percy has bad dreams. Kronos is fucking taunting him.
Kronos is just Santa.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He doesn't leave coal in my stocking. That's my mom.
You know of.
Actually, no, that's my grandma who leaves the coal. My mom gives me candy.
Fun for you to have family that cares about Christmas.
I'm sorry, Taylor. I'm sorry. Do I need to put stuff in your stocking next year? I will, if I have to.
I just don't do stockings because... Anyhow, continue. So they're going to go eat and then dreams, and Kronos is awful, and...
Yeah, Kronos is like, Polyphemus sits blindly and thinks he's won. Are you any less deluded? Ha ha ha! And then Percy sees, like, his dad coldly being like, brace yourself. In the fucking ominous way that note was written.
Isn't that how you...
Oh my god.
Isn't that how you go into people's brains while they're sleeping and say things?
I mean, that was purely just, like, Percy having, like, a dream. I don't think that was, like, a demigod dream necessarily, because Poseidon already sent him the message physically via Hermes, which he didn't need to do. It was 2 words. And he physically wrote it out.
Oh, no. No, he needed to because they're dramatic as fuck.
So let's get there. Let's do it.
I thought Zeus and Dionysus were fighting to be god of theater, not Poseidon.
But they're all hella dramatic.
They are. It's all about the drama. Wrong podcast. The wizards had to get it from somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's all connected.
So Percy is woken up in the middle of the night because something happened to Annabeth on the hill. She was on guard duty protecting the Fleece. Because I guess they haven't found a correct, suitable monster. I love that in the last chapter, Chiron was like, I'm just going to put an ad out for a monster to protect the Fleece.
Like how you do, just...
As one does. Just put an ad out for a monster. They don't have one yet, so right now it's just Annabeth. They just have these children outside at night, all night, not sleeping. It's fine. I mean, that's probably what they had them doing before the Fleece was there.
Yeah,
I don't like this place. Chiron doesn't need sleep, he's immortal. Make Chiron do it.
Make Mr. D do it. He can do it while he's watching, like, fucking soaps or whatever he does. I imagine he watches
Seems
soaps.
like the type, yeah.
Do they make Greek soap operas? Because that's what he would watch. It
should.
It should be in Greek. So yeah, everybody is going out there. Chiron's going out. And it's like the first.
I like how I like how Chiron just sort of swoops Percy up.
Just like, Percy, we're going now. Just throws him on his back. We're going. Yeah. It's starting to get light out, and Chiron's like, Kronos has tricked us. The fleeces work too well. Percy's like, I have no idea what's going on, guys. Help me out here. Why is there a girl on the ground? That girl is not Annabeth. Annabeth is in the corner, in her armor. What's happening? What is happening? And, I mean, the fleece is still there. Nobody stole it. Everything's fine. We just have an extra person. What's wrong with this? We just have an extra person that we don't know who they are. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, but I love that Percy is, like, the only sensible person here. He's just like, I'm gonna go see if she's okay. I know they're all in shock because they know who it is. Be like, Annabeth's in shock, like, Grover's in shock, Chiron's in shock. I know why, but Percy's the only person who's like, hey, are you okay? What's your name? I'm Percy. You're safe here. And it takes him too long to be like, well, she looks somewhere between goth and punk. I haven't seen anybody who looks like that. She needs nectar and ambrosia. We need to help her. Somebody get her to the big house. Do something.
Literally anything, anybody
somebody
there.
Help
Please.
him. Somebody help her. Somebody do something. She's like, I had a dream that I was dying. What's going on? And Percy realizes, he sees her eyes.
Eventually,
and he's like,
who it is.
Takes a second.
I've seen you in my dreams before. Wait a second. That's Lelia.
Her eyes are electric blue. Electric blue. Who could it be? I think
it's funny because I think in the Lightning Thief, the first time we see her eyes are described as green.
It is.
Yeah, and yet Annabeth's eyes in the Lightning Thief movie are electric blue. It's fine. We don't get into it.
Both Percy and Annabeth's eyes are like electric blue in the movie. They're just like so bright.
Yeah, they could just like given him some contacts or something to tone him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't like Daniel Radcliffe, who was a small child when he started playing Harry and couldn't do the contacts. These were late teens.
They're 20-somethings.
Yeah. How old was Logan Lerman when he played?
There's no way he was...
I think he was, like, 18?
He was 6. He was supposed to be, like, Percy is 16 in the movie.
I know that,
they make him
Brandon
older.
T. Jackson and Alexander Daddario were, like, 26 when the first movie was out. I remember they were, like, old. And he was, like, closer to the right age. I want to say he was, like, 18 or something.
So what does it mean? What does it mean that Talia is back?
2010. He was 18 when the Lightning Thief came out.
Well, Leela, what do you think it means?
I have no idea. I have no idea what the consequences will be.
Well, it means that there's another trial of the Big Three, which bad. That's not great.
It also means it could be her prophecy now, and not Percy's problem. Got it.
Exactly.
And that's what
Percy's alluding to.
Aha.
Yeah. Yeah. The idea that, like,
who's gonna reach 16 first? We'll see.
It's such a sad way to have to live your life. Let's see who gets there.
Did you see my tweet the other day? Where somebody posted something about, like, Disney Channel, like, brought up my hopes for, like, turning 16, and then actually it crashed and burned, and it was nothing like that. And then I just retweeted it from the pod account, and I was like, Percy Jackson Ghost wrote this tweet. Just because I'm like, it was about being 16, and I'm like, that's the age. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So that's Sea of Monsters. Rick loves his cliffhangers. Rick Taylor's looking at me. We won't even get to that one for like a few years.
Leela, I'm gonna tell you now. In one of the books, he literally leaves people hanging off a cliff.
Oh, okay. Oh, Rick.
It's the best thing, and like in the next book, he puts that in like the what is it? The like intro or whatever. Like, thank you to my fans who like weren't mad at me after the last book. Suckers. Like, he's so sassy. I love him.
Yeah. So, this has been another Percy Jackson book.
Yeah,
I think they just get better from here.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that you were like, wow, I love Sea of Monsters. Zach said the thing, too, that he liked Sea of Monsters better than Lightning Thief.
Oh, I did, too.
Yeah.
You did?
Like,
Okay.
I do, too.
Well,
yeah.
I feel like Lightning Thief kind of has that, like, Sorcerer's Stone
It's
vibes, where it really feels like it's for kids. Like, it feels like it's for babies a little bit. That's kind of like the tone I got.
It's for babies!
Yeah.
We are
But,
babies.
like, I mean, that's like how I feel rereading Sorcerer's Stone. I'm like, I know what everything is. Even if I didn't know, I would have seen it coming a mile away. And I just, like, can't handle predictability in my literature like that anymore.
Yeah.
It's fair.
That's so fair.
But
I mean, to me, Lightning Thief just feels like coming home.
Oh.
That's just how I am with, like, first books.
Yeah, okay.
I just feel like I'm coming back to the thing. Yeah.
My favorite book is our 3 and 4 of the first series.
Okay.
Third is, like, the one that I usually hear people say is their favorite.
The third?
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually don't hear a lot of love for Sea of Monsters. Because I always feel like it has second book syndrome, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
I
Chamber
do.
of Secrets.
I do. And second book syndrome, like, sequel syndrome can be worse than like, just getting into it, kind of like first books, like,
Yeah.
for sure. But I just felt like this book was, like, a tiny bit more complex than the first one. He's starting to, like, do a lot more characterization, I felt like, than I got in the first one. And we're really starting to, like, kind of get to know these characters and, like, see their relationships with each other grow. So I just was sad that Grover wasn't in it that much, but I loved everything that he was in.
I was sad that Annabeth was racist.
That was disappointing. I was like, there's going to be something that comes out of this other than there being, obviously, the big Cyclops at the end, right? And then that's like, that. Nope, she just doesn't like, they're anti-Cyclops. It's just like anti-giants.
She's now better.
Yeah.
They solved racism in this book.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, just all of racism was solved in this.
You know, we never actually talked about
amazing.
Grover, if he has Cyclops racism. Because technically he went through the same thing.
Yeah.
Luke is still racist. Grover barely interacted with Tyson so far. So, don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens if we have any more Tyson and Grover interacting.
We'll see. I would just like more of them in the books. So we know we're going to get more Grover in the next one, probably, since he was somewhat limited here, perhaps. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay,
maybe.
well, thank you for coming on and dealing with how, like, chaotic our thought process is, especially on a day where I literally had to come home from work today because my brain did not work.
Well, good on you for just, like, powering through, man. I could not tell it all. And it was lovely to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
And
You were lovely to
I'm
have
very
on.
excited because in real time I will see Leela in 1
Oh
week.
my god! Yes, I keep forgetting. It's gonna be my birthday. We'll FaceTime you. It'll be
Somebody
chaotic
should
and
FaceTime
loud.
me. Yes. Yes.
Well, we're all gonna be
Yep.
drunk, but we'll FaceTime you.
Listen, I had a fun time when everybody was drunk and I was just sitting there like, this feels normal.
Surrounded by chaos.
Just like, is this not what people are like when they're sober? Because I'm about that chaotic when I'm sober, so.
I think it's like the volume of the chaos, though. It just turns up and everyone just starts screaming over each other. And we don't even realize we're doing it.
Yeah,
That's fair.
it's fine. We were all fine. It's fine.
Is it?
So where would you like people to find you on the internet if you would like them to find you on the internet?
You can find me at Leels for Reels on Twitter and Instagram. And you can hear me once again most Sundays with the movie night crew, talking movies, and somewhat frequently with the restricted section as well. And for my plug, I would like to plug, because I can't get it off my mind, the play Puffs.
Good.
Yes. It's amazing. I know it's been plugged a lot probably in this network, but I believe
I did
you can
in fact plug it once.
There you go, plugging it right back in there. And I believe
it's the plug that never dies.
it's the
Listen, Puffs is fucking
plug.
amazing.
Puffs
I
is
should
great,
rewatch it.
and I feel like every time I rewatch it, I find a new joke, because it's so fast that it's like one of those shows like where if you laugh too long, you miss a joke, which I always do. So it's amazing, and it's basically just the story of Harry, kind of like what happens during the years of Harry Potter from the Puffs' point of view. So it's very it takes a lot of like loving jabs at the material, not so loving jabs, which are deserved, and the characters and actors are just like so talented and amazing,
so perfectly cast,
it's and
lovely.
They just like, you can tell they did not have any kind of budget on this thing. They just like worked their asses off and just like pulled some magic.
Perfect amount of budget, because everything was just wonderful. Ron is played by a broom. Perfect casting.
Hermione's
Wonderful.
a mop, or is he a mop? I think Hermione's a broom and Ron is a mop because of
it's something like that,
because of his hair
like,
in the
they're
fourth
inanimate
movie.
objects, and I love it, and it's perfectly cast. Honestly,
Yep, I believe you can rent it for not that expensive on maybe Amazon. Yeah, Amazon Prime.
I bought it because I was like, I'm definitely going to rewatch this again.
Yeah.
Even though that was the first time I'd seen it. I was just like, I'm just going to straight up buy this.
There's some material where you just know. You're like, I might as well give them my money.
Things.
Yeah, they
like,
just,
it's going to be
like,
good.
Sorry, like, I hope that, like, it doesn't all go to Jeff Bezos and, like, the cast of Puffs gets a little bit of my money. But anyway, yes,
this
highly
was
recommend.
For Puffs.
For
Put
Puffs.
that money to Puffs.
Puffs.
And by the time that this episode airs, Madeline Bundy will have been on the restricted section.
It will have already happened, Leila.
Well.
It's fine. Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm so paranoid about spoilers. Because I always
coming out in a month.
Okay. Word. Yep. And it was amazing. Definitely take some time and listen to that episode.
It definitely has already happened. The recording has
Me and
happened.
Madeline are best friends now, so it went really well. Catch her on the next episode of The Eldest Gods. Just kidding, Charlie, you're next. Where can we find you on the internet, Charlie?
Oh, well, I mean, we have all of our stuff on the end. We've already recorded that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We're smart. We just recorded we record all of our credits are like pre-recorded, so we don't have to say our
Honestly, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. Well, my plug for this week, my piece of media is a podcast. It's not a TV show because I'm still watching Doctor Who and everything. So, and I've already plugged all of those shows. I'm plugging a podcast run by my two friends, Ray and Ted. Barbie Movies Slap. They talk it's supposed to be monthly. They've been having, the pandemic and everything. It's been a time, but they recently released an episode on Barbie's the Island Princess, and that's a fucking time. It's a fucking time. But I love them. I love their podcast. I am their number one fan. I gave them their first review on Apple Podcasts.
Did you take a star off because of the swearing?
No, I gave them 5 stars because I basically only give things 5 stars if I'm going to rate them.
Well, because exactly, that's the nice human thing to do. That was good of you, Charlie.
Yes. Yeah. They're wonderful. It's great. And I love Barbie movies. If you didn't realize that, I think I've already plugged a Barbie movie on this podcast before.
Yeah, and we've definitely talked about it.
Yes.
We definitely went on, like, a tangent about it in the past.
Oh, and they were also on an episode...
specific movie, too.
They were on an episode of Content and Capable with me and Mina. We were on the Barbie Chaos.
Oh, right.
There were 2 episodes, technically. They were 2 of the voices in that episode. There were so many voices in that episode.
Yeah, and so, yes, Barbie is great. My plug, is, One of Us is Next by Karen M. McManus. This is the 3rd one of her books I've plugged this season.
All right, then.
Look at that. It is the sequel to One of Us is Lying, which I had read when it first came out. And my book club kids, I'm the advisor for the book club at the school I teach at, and they chose One of Us is Lying for their first book of the year. And they loved it so much that I didn't even have One of Us is Next on, like, the list of books to vote for. But one of the kids was like, hey, can we put this book on here? And it won unanimously. That's how much they liked it. So now we are reading One of Us is Next. We're only 10 chapters in, so I can't tell you how it ends, but it's very hard to stop reading where I'm supposed to read, so I don't accidentally spoil it for the children when we meet. I still think Two Can Keep a Secret is her best book that I've read, but it's so good. If you like a good murder mystery and also like YA, it's up your alley.
Hell yeah, that sounds great. I'd read it.
I love me a good book that I can't guess what's gonna happen.
Yes, me too.
That's why I don't read a lot of fiction anymore. It's just I just can always guess what's gonna happen. Okay, that is it for the book and for my sanity for the day, and
you have sanity?
My ability to
No.
It's low. It's a low amount.
Okay,
it's a low
I just
amount.
don't have sanity, so you got something on me.
I have to have at least some to interact with children on a daily basis, or else then there's no filter.
True.
It's fair.
Can concur.
I was like, Leela also works with children. You have to be holding. That's why I took half the day off, because I was like, I have no,
Actually, wait, I do work with children. Everyone I work with is a fucking child. I'm not going into the work drama, but that's all you need to know.
Wow, shade.
Yeah.
Shade.
And that's how we end the show, is, Charlie having a mental work breakdown. So
and that's what I'm talking about.
And everybody shall leave my fucking cabin so I can go to sleep.
Okay, I guess. I'll slam the door.
You can follow the podcast socials at Of the Eldest Gods Pod on Instagram and at Of the Eldest Gods on Twitter. You can send an iris message to us through oftheeldestgodspod@gmail.com. You can follow me, Taylor, at Taylor from Cabin 6 on Instagram, and Historical Femme, spelled FEMME, on Twitter. Catch me on episodes of the Restricted Section, Hell from Elsewhere, and True Stories of a Tryhard.
You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, mainly Instagram and Tumblr. But on Twitter, I'm at GreenPixie123, which I'm not salty about. No, not at all. I also have an art Instagram that I sometimes use at GreenPixieDraws. I sometimes do the YouTube thing on my channel, Charlie Mack. That's MACK.
Our music was written by Nora Strauss-Riggs and recorded and edited by Ian Emmerich. You can find Nora at Kane_I, that's I as in the body part, on Instagram and Twitter. Feel free to message her about making music for your project or editing your pod. We are proud to be a part of the Movie Night Crew Network, which features the Restricted Section, a chapter-by-chapter Harry Potter pod with lots of spoilers all the time, and the Movie Night Crew. Join some friends as they react to some terrible, some meh, and some really great movies.
Alrighty.
It's movie night.
Grab your popcorn,
Grab your coffee. Grab your friend.
grab a cat.
Let's go.
directed this.
What year did it come out?
Is that girl from that show?
Who wrote this?
Where's the cat?
Who would you rather bang?
Pass the popcorn.
Does this pass the Bechdel test?
What about the Steve Buscemi test?
Does a woman literally speak in this movie?
Oh my god, a dog.
This reminds me of in Harry Potter when...
Are we recording?
What did the critics say?
It's a guilty pleasure.
What's your rating?
Can you be quiet?
Oh my god.
Movie night crew.
It's just like watching movies with your friends.
And then arguing about it after.
Every Sunday, wherever you get podcasts.
Of the Eldest Gods is based on the series by Rick Riordan. Right now, we are discussing Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Remember to follow us on your favorite podcatcher and meet us back here every Thursday.
That movie sucked.
I kind of liked it.
Movie Night Crew Network.